I'm Tawana.
And welcome to
our lady space,
where we can talk about it.
Today we have a lot to talk about because guess what it is? It's Marilynn's anniversary. We're all excited, and as you all can see, we have a special guest and we may have a few more. This is Alicia. Say hi.
Hey everybody, I'm so glad to be in the lady space today. I'm really excited.
Welcome. What we're going to do today is take a walk down memory lane. Relive the good times, the fun times, the ugly crying times, and just all the good stuff that got us to the beautiful Lockett wedding.
If you're wondering why we're so glammed up, we're like literally walking back through that day.
What you mean? This is everyday attire.
You're right. You know, we do tend to glam up every day, but you know, this particular dress was my reception / surprise dance dress. Tawana has on her bridesmaid's dress.
Matron of honor.
I'm sorry. Matron of honor.
I carry that title well.
You really did work hard. You did do that, girl.
Speaking of working hard, you was running around like a chicken with your head cut off, baby. You had it together from the beginning to the like Lucia came in there and just took a lot of stress off of me. She was the coordinator of everything of the day.
Oh yeah, security.
Security, yeah. That was an interesting time, but you did have a lot already planned, so that helped make it a lot easier. Ultimately, being asked to do that, to be a part of your day, was big for me. I was happy to do it because anything that can make, well, for any bride, but especially somebody who's like my sister to me, you want your day to be something that you remember, that's not stressful, you know, and just try to take all the questions and people calling, being like, where do I need to be? Do I need to do this, do that? That's not something I've ever believed that people on their wedding day should have to deal with, because you're already, nervous and thinking about a lot already because you're about to get married. So just being able to take a little bit of that extra pressure off, I was glad to do it.
That's so sweet. So the big day was 2/2/2020. That is a palindrome day because it's the same forwards and backwards. I did some research to see exactly what that day meant. And so what I came up with is it means an angel, which signifies a new beginning. It also means empowered commitment, emotional stability, and a fulfillment of a sacred contract. Oh, that means we're going to be together.
Tell us how you came up with the date, because I mean you had whole 366 days last year to choose from. So what made you choose 2/2/2020 out of all those days?
There were a lot of two thingies that was significant to Lorenzo and I. We both have 2 children. Our hashtag was 2 hearts, 1 Lockett. I pulled up the Bible verses that kind of coincide with 2/2. It just went along with our life. Another thing that I forgot to mention on our last episode, with the no middle names, is he also doesn't have a middle name. That's like my soulmate. Oh my God. How do I meet my husband who also does not have a middle name just like me? I don't want to dwell on that because we talked about that last episode, but I just thought that was a fun thing to throw in there. But it was just so many things that tied us together with the 2/2/2020. And then the fact that it was a palindrome date, I love that backwards and forwards. I was just like, oh my God, that's it.
It was perfect for many reasons, and I sure we'll get into some of those later. But coincidentally, what else was on that date? The Super Bowl.
We don't remember because guess what? Guess where you're gonna be at?
Where were we?
Life and you love me.
I definitely forgot about that because everybody had so much fun that night that people weren't even thinking about, because you would think, oh, everybody's gonna be rushing out, but people literally stayed until it was breaking down stuff
because Alicia is like a true game guru person. So for her to say that they were like, we're gonna be here to the end. We're not leaving. We don't care about the Super Bowl. We're here for you. And so that meant a lot to me. I'll talk a little bit about how I met. So I was buying a car, or rather trading one in. When I met him, he was coming off smiling. He was ready. You know how you be like,
always smiling.
Running away. I'm like, let me run because I don't know what this one's about to do. I just told him, I'll let you know. You know how we tell him when we just want to look around and buy ourselves. And so I just looked around. And when I came back, he was right there ready. And I was like, let me go ahead and just, give him a shot or whatever. But it's like I was buying a car, but it was almost like I was on a date. It was like we had so much chemistry, but that's just not the place that I was at that time. So he sold me the car, and I like never pursued anything. I had to come back in a couple of times to get my car looked at, and then he helped me with the process of getting my oldest daughter a vehicle as well. So it's kind of like we built a friendship from there. I guess that's the best part of our foundation is that we were friends first. So we know in the end that no matter what happens, we'll be able
Well, I should have took you to buy a car with me then.
Now,
You meeting husbands and stuff buying cars.
You never know.
I mean, you never know, but that's what they say. You got to stay ready. So
I went in to buy a car and he stole my heart. Look at
Oh.
that. But yeah, so that's how we kind of started, and we just went from there.
So how did the proposal happen?
Okay, so I like surprises, but it's hard to surprise me. You ever met a person like
nosy?
I hate to surprise you because
nosy.
I love them, but it's just the heart. That's the best part about it, because if you get me, you really got me. So it was on Christmas Day.
what are you talking about?
Christmas is very, very special because not only is it the birth of Christ, but it is my proposal day, which means I'll never forget it. We said we weren't going to get each other gifts. We were in the mood of like blessing everybody else, just being givers instead of receipt. We both lied. We both had a gift. We were like, we weren't going to get each other gifts, but we did. So I gave him my gift and he gave me his gift, and I'm like, okay, well, we weren't supposed to do that. So all the family was around and I'm walking off and he was like, but wait. But wait, I'm like, nah, what you doing? We ain't doing, what you, but girl, yeah. He proposed and everybody was there, and it was special because he is the type, he's really close with his sisters. He's the only guy. He told no one. But a man that kind of, gets advice from his sisters a lot, that's big. He was like, he just knew. He was like, a man knows when that's his wife, knows when he wants to marry her. So he didn't tell anyone. In that part, I was like, oh my God. It was like a surprise to everybody. So we were all crying, and so it was special. He got me.
Which is hard to do, like she said, because she is very nosy.
Yes, I am. And I never would have thought. We never talked about it. It was never pushed. You know how sometimes you push to get married so early, and that's all y'all talk about? It wasn't like, I had no idea, guys. So.
And that's not the only time he got you, because he got you during the reception too with that song.
You are the one for me. You are
Oh yeah, I think we talked about that too a little bit on the.
Yeah, we kind of hinted at it.
I'm running around like a chicken trying to get this surprise dance for him, and he was like, "Well, I knew you guys were doing something because all you guys would stay there for hours," and he was like, "Y'all were doing something." So I'm like, "Okay, I got him. I'm gonna get him this dance. I'm gonna woo." This was the dress, y'all. So we was shimming and shaking and everything. I'm like, okay, we done. He was like, but wait, that's the song that has my nickname in it, Marabella. So he wrote this song for me, and I cried like a baby. I was strong during the ceremony. I was strong. I did everything. I was ready to go, with my dancing shoes on.
Ugly cried. Like, he got you good, but the song was so good, and everybody was shocked.
It was really good. I'm still saying, why haven't you got that song out as a recording? Because it's beautiful. Hello, Marabella, you are the one for me. It was sweet, y'all. I'm on the floor.
Speaking of the reception, let's talk about the things that led us up to there. So you had a wedding the ceremony was at a venue. So tell us how you picked the venue and how everything went with the plan and all that. Or do you want to talk about the bridal shower first? We got a lot of stuff. It was a whole event. This wedding was 2019, first part of 2020. Yeah. So what you want to start with?
Let me talk about the bridal shower first. We were supposed to go that was the other thing, like it was supposed to be a surprise, but people just started telling me without realizing they were telling me. We were supposed to go to Miami first, and then I think because I found out, they tried to like change it up, and then we end up going to Atlanta, which was like a mini Miami for us.
Oh, you're talking about bachelorette, not the bridal shower.
Bachelorette
Okay.
Oh, I didn't jump into the bachelorette. Yeah, let's talk about it.
Okay.
We had a good time. It was some stuff, I wasn't ready for. You don't talk about what happened. I had a good time, y'all.
And you're supposed to. That weekend was supposed to be about you.
And to celebrate you, and you love to eat, so got some good food places in there, and just had a good time, like just from where we stayed to being all together in the same car. Like it was fun. And Robin did that with the planning. Like she worked really hard.
She did. Welcome my beautiful cousin to the stage, Sabrina.
Hello, everybody. Hello, beautiful ladies.
She also has her beautiful bridesmaid gown as well. We are just about to start talking about the bridal shower, but I was pretty much in the background of that, so you guys can talk about that experience.
Well, I guess I'll say a little bit. It felt like a miniature wedding in a sense, because the decorations, the flowers, the planning of it was a little tedious, but so much fun, because we wanted to make sure that it looked like something that was of Maryland. We wanted to make sure that we showed you our love for you through everything that we did, from the games to the food to the decor, everything. We wanted to make sure that when you walked in that door, you cried. And you did.
Yes, you did.
Because I'm a cry sissy.
Well, since I entered late, what have you all been talking about? And I'll just add my input. What did I miss?
You can just jump right into the bridal shower. We was just talking about how they met and, the proposal and all that. So you're right on time.
I just want to say that it just was so befitting of your personality. Oh, it was such a fun time. There was so much love. There was so much bonding going on in the process. And it was just upscale. So, everything was done to your taste. And I really did, feel that in the room, and just the excitement of it all, and just meeting some of your friends that I had never met before. They made me just feel so welcome. Like, I know you and I know some of your friends, but some of the ones that traveled afar, they were so warm and friendly. And it was like a sisterhood. When you think about sorority, and the sisterhood, the bond that they established with each other, that's the way I felt. I just felt that it was just love from the beginning until the end.
It's so sweet. Markeisha did come from Mobile. You know how you had that friend that just says, I don't have to be in the limelight, just tell me what you need? I mean, that was her. She was running around. She got there the day before. She stayed all night until we were done practicing. And then she got there early, and she was just like, tell me what you need. So I do understand what you mean by a sisterhood.
Well, I was just going to say, I thought I had met, everybody else she knew, but that made me realize that I hadn't. Like, starting with the bridal shower, kind of having to do everything through text message or messenger, especially not living in Alabama anymore. It was hard at first to kind of deal with, because I was like, I'm used to like being there, or I would be there and would try to be more involved and go to like the meetings that they had for planning and stuff like that, but I couldn't. But there were some FaceTime calls and like just texting back and forth and things like that. So even doing things distance and like talking to people that we never even really met before, you would think that everybody knew each other for as long as they've known you. That's how well everybody kind of worked together and like cohesively, because it's a lot of different personalities. Like, we're not all the same personality. Again, you would never know that a lot of us had not known each other before then, or had known each other for years before.
And the reason that is, I think, is because we all love you. Because of that, we were able to come together and make that connection, because at the end of the day, my friend was gonna have the best everything. And we all felt strongly about that. We all wanted to make sure that you truly got to experience everything that you deserve to experience. It was a great bonding experience. Thank you for allowing us all to take part in that, because it was fun.
You're welcome. I just know everything went so smooth. Like, we had no issue until the very end. We did have a hiccup with the venue. It had a new ownership, and so we had to end up switching to soiree at it was like a week or two.
It was really last minute.
It still worked out. I didn't panic. Everybody was in my corner just saying, it'll be fine. I just kind of feel like that's where I was supposed to be. So
look at God.
Look at them showing out.
Yes.
I feel like Sabrina said, everybody did bond and we had a good time to where I think we need to kind of keep that up. You know, maybe not everybody can go, but you know, like maybe start having like lunches maybe once a month or going on girl trips. I kind of think that's important. You know, you kind of need that time, you know, to be separated from everything that's going on in the world. You know, after COVID, of course.
Well, I'm vaccinated now, so I'm ready to be back in these streets.
Oh, you did get the vaccine.
Have you got your second one?
I got my second one 2 weeks ago.
Oh, good for you.
Tuesday.
So I am fully vaccinated, 95% supposedly effective. So I'm ready to be in these streets.
You feel like you fine. You had no problems, huh?
Just after the second one, the first one, no problems. It was just sore, like muscle soreness right where they did the shot, but that's the same as the flu shot. But like if you get the hepatitis vaccine, we have to do any of those kind of vaccinations, and it actually hurt less than the flu because the flu shot feels like it's burning when they give it to you, but that one you didn't even really feel it. But the second dose still was sore a little bit, but I ended up having chills for a few hours, but that only lasted until midday. But yeah, it was nothing severe. That's just a side note.
Side note. We live back in. Y'all know what I do every time the Beyonce song come on. I try to do the routine now. Do y'all
I do too. I'm just thinking about that. I do too.
I think we ought to come up with another dance. That was the funnest part for me. What was the name of the song, Spring? I can't remember. You
Before
I let go.
And Get Into the Money.
That one. Remember the first one? If I ain't got nothing, I got you.
Oh yeah. So we walked down with the capes, guys. It was so beautiful. And then they all dropped their cape. Then I went and did my little walk. And then that's when we went into
Before I Let Go.
Before I Let Go.
And then we busted on them, didn't y'all? We busted on them. Hey! After that, we gotta get to the wedding.
Man,
Everybody
paid.
But that was so much fun. We gotta do another dance.
No. You know I don't have a dance for free. I only did that for you.
But you just come to be the cheerleader. You know, that's in our blood. Sabrina and my sisters.
Well, I could categorize myself in the middle. You had the fast learners, and that was Robin and Crystal. You know, they just got it right offhand. And then those in the middle, and then those that needed a little bit more practice and remediation. I'll say I fell in between the middle and the remediation group. But I gained some rhythm. I lost all my rhythm after having my second child. When you have children, I heard that with each child you lose rhythm.
No ma'am. No ma'am. No ma'am.
I didn't hear that one, but I like it.
Each child you lose a little bit of rhythm. Just by practicing every day, I got some of like how Stella got her groove back. I got some of my rhythm back.
The bomb with the choreographing, she did make that up for us. So I was like, ooh, thank you, child, because I had too much going on to be trying to figure out some dance moves. So thank you for that.
It was a really good routine. And I say that as someone who doesn't dance. Like I was in the band. I played an instrument. I was not a dance girl, a flag girl, a color girl, none of that. I was an instrument player. So you give me an 8 count, I got you. That routine was perfect for me. It wasn't too much outside of my comfort zone, and I mean, it was pretty easy to pick up on, and it was a lot of fun.
You came through too. From the end, you was saying, I'm gonna wear my tennis shoes, but you put it on for you, girl. You put the heels on, baby.
Bad ankle and all. I think that was one of the highlights. It was so many highlights. The whole night was a highlight, but that was one of the highlights because I think there were even pictures on social media where they had captured that, and it was just like, oh my gosh.
Even the rehearsals, that was a fun part. Just preparing for the rehearsals were so much fun.
Run it back.
And we got some cardio in. We ready to get some exercise and sweat. So it was a lot of fun.
The dance with my mom, that did make me cry.
Oh, that did. Yes.
That was teardropper.
friend, she called and she said, you know, I just felt like you guys were like dancing in heaven. She said, just like the movement and the way that you guys were. She said, oh my God, I got some type of, she said she felt like something from the Lord came down on her. And I just said, I don't know. We were singing to each other and looking at each other. And nobody else in the room.
Yeah, because with some dances, even with the first dance, you can see them, but you don't necessarily feel them. Exactly. And so I've seen a lot of first dances before, but with your first dance with your mom, I could feel it. And I just became teary-eyed because it was an emotional dance, perfect song, and it was just perfect.
That was sweet too.
And in that same vein, like, so besides like the emotion and everything, the decor and the lighting and everything like that really added. Do what?
Oh my, because you know everybody do smoke, so I wanted to do something different. So we had the snowfall on Lorenzo and I's first dance.
Just everything they did all of that just looked great, and it showed up well. Photographs, it was just nice, and y'all look great in the pre-bridal party pictures. I guess one thing that I saw, one thing I can add that everybody else wasn't there for, was their first look.
Oh yeah,
we went to
Aldridge Garden. And they have like this bridge that connects the two parts. So he was on the other side of the bridge, and she walked up where he couldn't see her, but like the other people who were there saw her walking up. She was on the path and walked up and like tapped him on the shoulder, and his like second look, and then when they exchanged their gifts, that was really sweet. Like, I got to see the pictures before they got to see them, how they turned out, and I was like, oh my God, they should be in better than they look real good. And like, even people who were like walking by, they're like, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful couple.
So you know how I be talking about how much I'm a foodie. Y'all know I'm ready to bust this cake out. That cake that has been in the fridge for a whole year.
Oh, that top tier.
Yes.
Oh.
Every time I go in the freezer, I'm like, oh, it's time to wind it down, buddy. It's going down.
I thought you were going to say something about the actual food. That food was so good. I had to beat from him and tell him that food was delicious.
I'm thinking about using him, you know, because with COVID, it's like with our anniversary coming up, I don't know if I want to do like a
perfect
dinner at the house. And I would use him.
Yeah, that would be perfect because it tastes like your grandma was in the kitchen.
His team was great. Like, he was just his whole team, they were just professional, and the transition period, the cocktail hour, from how that was set up to how they served, they took direction very well.
811 Catering, that's who that was.
And I'll be sure to make sure that we put all of the venue, the decor, all that stuff in the comments. So if any of you all viewers would like to partake in any of the vendors, thank you, then I will be sure to put their social media information in our description panel in the comments so that you all reach out to them, and we will insert pictures and have some things in here so you can see what we're talking about.
We should have a thing like a year bachelorette or something, like we can all do another turn up, just have fun bachelorette thing. I'm gonna put that together, guys. That's coming down in 2021, okay?
Turn up rewind.
I thank you guys for like joining us. I know it's busy, and you know, to be able to just sit down and take a little time out of your day to sit with us, we really do appreciate that.
I'm glad to be a part of the podcast.
Yes, it's my pleasure to be here.
I'm excited. I want to be a guest again.
Well, you're always welcome here on our Ladies Space, you know, because here is what do we do here, friend?
We can talk about it.
Well, we kind of touched on the main thing. Oh, one thing we didn't talk about, the honeymoon.
We were going to go to Dubai. Unfortunately, we were not able to go, but I don't know if he let it slip or not, but I think he's planning for us to go to Honolulu. And I think his cousin asked him a question and it came out. So I don't know if it was supposed to be a surprise.
So we will touch on this later, because you can't surprise her with nothing, as she said.
But he did surprise her with the song. I don't know if you talked about the song that he wrote. Okay. So that was a surprise. Yes.
That was a big surprise. We were saying,
yes, it was.
I didn't cry at all. I was being strong. I was like, oh no, I'm not crying. And when that song came, the ugly cry came. But you guys just follow us, subscribe to our channel, share our information, be in our latest space.
We may do some lives here and there so that you all can come in and join in on the conversation, because we want to see what you all got going on. We're going to share some things that are personal to us, but we also have, you all may want to share some personal things, so just chiming in, like I said, some of our shenanigans. We thank you all. We welcome you. Like she said, like, share, subscribe, comment. Just keep in touch with us because we're family here.
Definitely. Enjoy the rest of your day, ladies.
Bye.
This ring, I do wed. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. The couple has chosen, as a symbolic expression of their love,